Hey you guys, today I'm going to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 10, Episode 13. Really wasn't that much, but I'm going to stick with the season. The ladies arrived in Barcelona, and Cynthia was like, okay, everything went cool on the plane, so I'm going to treat you guys to lunch. Only because the villa wasn't ready where, they were going to be staying, so they had to kill some time. If you guys hear something, it's really windy outside right now, so it's shaking everything. So just bear with the sound. But yeah, so they end up on their way to this little thing or whatever. So she tell the ladies how she wants to do this 50 cent bucket list challenge, and she had all these lists of things she wanted the girls to do while they were in Barcelona, just to have fun and stuff like that. The girls was reading off the list and was saying what they won't do, yada yada yada, and I'm just sitting there like, y'all some fucking party poopers. Like, just go along with it. It's y'all home girl. Oh my god. But it is what it is. Bitch, if you see something on the list and you don't want to do that one, just don't do that one. Do one you like or you comfortable with. Marlo started coming for Candy and started saying that Candy was dry and how when she come around she don't speak and she's really not friendly. And I'm like, bitch, why do she have to be friendly to a bitch she really don't care about? Maybe she just don't care about you, so why do she have to be, hey Marlo, hey girl, how you doing, and being fake, knowing she don't really fuck with you like that? I didn't understand her really coming for her Candy, her telling her she needs to teach her an etiquette class, and Candy was like, you going to one? Like, bitch, I wouldn't come to your etiquette class. Like, girl, what are you gonna teach somebody? You rude as fuck, just leave it that you rude. She was like, I just don't sugarcoat stuff. I'm like, no, Marlo, you're rude. Just come on now. Even Nene kept trying to shut her down for her not to go back and forth with Candy, but she wants camera time so bad that she felt like if she come for Candy, then she'd get it. But Candy was shutting her ass down, and I was so here for it because, I don't care for her. But anyway, Shamil was like, where's Kenya and Kim? So Nene was like, oh, you late? And she was just like, are they coming later? Because she was like, you didn't see them on the plane, did you? Just being like real smart mouth with Shamia. And Shamia was like, what, are they coming late? I'm just asking a question. So they start going in about, they really didn't say nothing about Kenya. And she was like, well, let me tell you. Nene was like, let me tell you why Kim's not here. And they start saying because of RHOA and she can't go nowhere. Then Nene started going in on Kim about how she lied about all these illnesses she had. She had every illnesses or whatever. And I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, Nene, you being a bitch. You taking a little overboard. Okay, the lady wanted to come with her husband, but it wasn't granted for Nene to go in on Kim about all of that shit and her illnesses. I just felt like she was being petty as hell. And if somebody was talking about her like that, she wouldn't like it. She would have been wanting ladies to shut it down. But since the girls, most of the girls don't too much care for Kim, they was letting that conversation go on. And if Portia and Sheree was real Kim friends, they would have shut Nene down. Like, okay, you don't like her, we get it. You mad that she wanted to bring her husband. She ain't here. Let it go. Let it go. So I was just over it. Even like Evil was just like, oh my God. Like, I'm just listening to the shade because they was like, oh, hope we ain't throwing you off. And she was like, I'm just listening to the shade because I want to know where, why people coming at people like that. I'm just standing by looking so I'll know why certain shade is being thrown. So she was cool with it. She was like, bitch, I ain't got time for this shit. And I was like, me neither. It's petty, it's stupid, but whatever. They get to this little hotel or whatever for them to have lunch. To me, I didn't see them really having lunch, but okay. They were loving the view of that hotel was really, really nice. Hey, Cynthia, kudos for the little view and for them to chill and talk and all that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden it was like, Candy announced that Nene was going to be the host of the Escape Tour. This damn win. Or whatever. So they was all congratulating her about that. And I'm just like, okay, we see how that played out. So we don't really care. Shamia start asking Eva about her personal life and about her man and who her man is. And then she was like, so your man don't mind you liking girls? And I'm like, why? Why is this coming up? Why are you asking her this question? Like, are you trying to get with her, Shamia? Is you trying to see where she lies so you could try to get with her? Like, come on. I didn't understand why she was coming for Eva. I'm glad the way Eva handled herself. Because she was like, well, I heard in the blogs or whatever that you was dating Miss Yellet. She was like, no. She was like, so you not lesbian? She was like, no. Like, bitch, what more part of no? You should have just left it alone. And like I said, I'm glad that Eva handled herself really, really cool because I didn't see why Shamia was coming and asking her them questions either. Candy and Cynthia. Because Candy said, if something happened about, and Candy said something about Cynthia being defensive, defending Will or whatever. It was something came up and they were talking about defending Will. And Eva was like, well, you know, that night did go wrong. I'm trying to apologize. I want to apologize because she was telling Cynthia, like, bitch, I don't know if he had no girlfriend. Like, well, he had a girlfriend that night. He went out with me. And Cynthia was just being very defensive on that because it was like, well, he said he didn't. She was like, well, I'm telling you, like, it was his girlfriend that night, bitch. I don't know. So it was just the way Cynthia came off. It was really, really defensive. And it was off-putting. I was very, very disappointed in Cynthia because, especially the way she came at Portia. Because even they played it back when Portia asked her, bitch, you really want to know? And she asked her like, yes, I really want to know. And then when she tell you, now you defensive when you get in front of these girls and want to tell her to don't say nothing. It's hard for her to take it because of the stuff she said about Peter. But I'm like, bitch, you asked her. You told her you wanted to know. And I was here for Portia when she was like, wait a minute, let me get you together real quick. And she got her all the way the fuck together because Cynthia really, really needed it. Like, you was dead ass wrong. Even your homegirl is saying he's an opportunist. You ain't really going off on her. Everybody is saying how they feel about Will. You're not really going off. But when it comes to Portia, okay, I just felt like I thought they got past the whole Peter in situation. And like she said, she thought they were moving forward in Houston. And Cynthia showed who she was in Houston. When she's around these girls, she act like she just don't care for Portia, don't want to talk to Portia, ain't got time for Portia. Portia, leave that bitch alone. Leave that bitch, that no having back bitch. Oh, like, I don't like Cynthia, like, because I feel like she only do this and act like this when she's around certain people. And then she gonna try to bring up Portia and Candy's situation, and I'm glad she did get her together. Like, bitch, you trying to bring that up to cover some other shit up, and I'm just like, yeah, why are you bringing that shit up? And I was glad Candy didn't say anything because I was like, that wasn't the time or the place to go off on her about that Candy situation or nothing like that. Y'all been cool with her all this time. Y'all been smiling in her face, letting her come along, all that type of shit. But when you don't know how to argue with people, you try to throw somebody else in a fucking argument. I'm not cool with that. After they do all that, they end up going to somewhere else. They was walking. They saw a little beautiful old historical church or whatever. They was talking about licking balls, and they was talking about who don't do it. I'm with you, Candy. That's all I'm going to say. I'm with you, Candy. Shamia did a dance that was on the bucket list. They shaded Shamia's dance, and I'm like, well, hell, she did it. I don't care if she can dance, can't dance. She did it. Anyway, they get to the villa, and the villa is not what nobody expected. All the girls shaded the villa. They argued over rooms. It was funny how Nene was so happy to get her room because it had a bathroom. All of a sudden, now you want Candy's room when you hear how bomb Candy room is, and you feel like you gonna go to Cynthia and try to tell Cynthia, oh, no, they should go to like the middle and we should go to the top. The older people should go to the top. You didn't want you was happy with your room at first until you found out somebody else had a fucking better room. You was bitter as fuck with that, Nene. And I was happy that Candy was like, no, bitch, I'm not changing rooms. We not even finna go there. Marlo calling her a brat. I'm like, no, bitch, that's not called being a brat. Bitch, saw the room. She got the room. Cynthia wasn't tripping off the room, and I feel like if the host ain't tripping off the room, what the fuck are y'all? Why are y'all? Cynthia was not tripping about Candy's room, and I'm like, shit. Apparently, the thing was first one call it, they got it. And all of a sudden, when y'all see it, it's a whole different situation. Bitch, I feel like if y'all ain't paying for it, fuck, what the fuck? Like, shut up. Go stay somewhere else and pay for it. Anyway, it is what it is on that. What else happened? I got your message. Can you close that other door? And thank you. Anyway, so like I said, I was glad that Candy didn't bow down to that room. Marlo trying to start shit about Candy punking Nene or all that shit, and I'm sitting there like, you are trying to start mess with your messy ass. You saw how she looked when they brought that up, and she was laughing and shit, and I'm like, oh my god. Hey, sorry about that, y'all. Anyway, Marlo, after all of that, them arguing about the room or whatever, everybody was getting ready for dinner or whatever. They were supposed to have been going to dinner. I think it was like a pajama thing or whatever. And Cynthia and the older bitches was in one room. The mature bitches. The petty mature bitches. Cynthia, Nene, and Marlo, they was in one room kind of talking about Portia and talking about Candy. Portia was in her room reading over lines because she's doing this movie play, whatever it is. And her eye is messed up because I guess her eyelashes, the stuff from the eyelashes messed up her eyes. So she got some glasses on. So everybody was going to worry about her glasses. That's what it was for. I didn't care. But they kind of cut it out. Cynthia was... Sheree ended up coming by Portia's room. And Portia, they was all talking about, you know, the other bitches. And how Kim wouldn't have never stayed there. Probably not. And they called Kim. So they was talking to Kim about what was going on out there. And people mad about her wanting to be with RHOA. And Nene bringing up that situation. Then, I don't know if... I don't want to say Portia was being messy or shady. I think she was genuinely trying to say, hey, I heard about you being cancer-free. I'm glad people in my family got cancer. I don't know. Could have been. I didn't see it like that. But Kim went the fuck off. When they said how Nene came at her and said something about all of that, she went the hell off. And rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? Because of what Nene was saying. I would have been fucking going on too. Like, bitch, why are you doing this? Even though, Kim, bitch, you did lie about that cancer bullshit. Bravo messy. They played it back. We remember it. You was saying how you was talking about that cancer free and then shut up. Just own that shit because Bravo is messy as hell. So own that. They out there for dinner or whatever, and it was going back about that. Nene mad that bitches is saying that she was elderly, and when she said mature, so I guess the wording got wrong, but bitch, it is what it is. You do get mad when people bring up your age, but then be trying to... Nene is so wishy-washy. I can't even go there. Don't care. Candy and Marlo went at it about the whole being dry and all that kind of situation. Once again, like I said, bitch, if I don't fuck with you, I don't have to fuck with you. And then, next thing you know, the video came to all their phones. Kim sent that video about that roach all on all their phones. So now, Nene went off on the crew. Nene went off on the girls about, can't none of you bitches come from my house. And I'm sitting there like... why are you going off on them? Then she was talking about, ain't no bitch got no pool. I'm like, Cynthia got a whole lake. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, Kim went overboard. I'm here for them arguing, but her talking to them other girls the way that she talked to them, I wasn't here for that. That's all I got. I didn't care. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about it, and we'll talk about it in the comment section.